And Frank, of course, is such a great player, but he's very humble and always passed it off to somebody else as being, the team leaders or whatever the case may be. But he was unique. He was a unique player. He was the kind of guy who, if we needed points, he would get them. But he was probably the best positioner that I had ever coached. He could get a guy on his hip and he would keep him there. Frank was very strong and very good at positioning and very stable. And he hardly ever had to shoot much more than a layup, really. Occasionally you go out and hit a 15-foot shot. But again, with the double posts that we used, he and Ted Nowak or Paul Wada or Eisenschenk with Frank, they worked so well together. And the perimeter people realized where the game was. And they realized if they got the ball to Frank, that he could score. And if he didn't score, he'd find somebody who was open. But yeah, his points came very quietly. And we played, I think it was Augsburg one time, and the chant came up from the Augsburg players, not from their players, I'm sorry, from their spectators, that Frank can't dunk. And they kept cheering, Frank can't dunk. Next time down the court, all he did was a drop step. He went up, he slammed it in with two hands and just sort of sauntered down the court, didn't look at the crowd or anything else. It was just, something that he had to show them that, yeah, he could dunk, all right, but he never had to. He always had great position. And he had some great nights where we needed him, really needed him. And he would come through, and there were other nights. I think when we played a team out of Chicago one year, we beat 121-80, and he could have scored, 60 points if he wanted to. I think he ended up with maybe 12, 14 points. Everybody else scored, and he just dished off, had a lot of assists. But that's the way he was. He's very humble and very giving, and he was a team player.